Let's talk about that a little bit. Some of the things you've seen recently, some of these newer companies come in and do to find success in Japan.
Yeah, so as we look at companies that have been recently successful in the last 3 to 5 years, one of the key factors is they came up with a product line that was a little different than what's been in the past. Typically, with multi-level marketing, you have supplements. And so a lot of the recent success stories we've seen where they've tapped into essential oils and other opportunities that haven't been and are in a whole different realm. And so they're not in direct competition with the other supplement companies. Huge success there. And then we've seen companies that really have worked hard to modify their compensation plans to meet what distributors are looking for today, and where they can see the opportunity and where they can grow quickly and build organizations, and having a compensation plan that meets those needs. That's where you see a lot of success recently.
And I think that's the interesting part for me, right? Where if you can see those things and understand, I think a lot of times companies say, hey, this has worked for us in the US, it's going to work here, right? And that's not always the case. Being able to make and innovate and adapt, just like you are with technology or things like that, it's the same thing with that market. And I think that's why, partnering up with someone like Verb can be a big help, because using, our team's expertise can really help in multiple areas in addition to, the technology. Ken, I don't know if there's anything you want to add to that as far as companies that you've seen succeed recently and some of the things that they may have done or that seem to be working in that market.
Yeah, the company Lon just mentioned that, but the company works very well in Japan is because they use Japanese way. They put people on TV, and also some distributors from US, but they wear kimono and Japanese traditional clothing and try to adapt their culture into Japanese culture. So that thing think distributors in Japan, whoa, this company is very focused on Japan and like to see successful business in Japan. So that was a great way to show that their commitment.
Interesting. And that for me kind of shows, right? It goes back to that concept Lon was talking about earlier of, Google translation versus actual localization, and having that commitment in the market of showing, hey, we're here to stay, and being really committed to the traditions, the culture, the market, and adapting in that way. I think that's super critical.